Welcome to Ramble 46, everybody. Okay, so I just uploaded a video of this Wrath rune crafting method where you pick up only 2 blue dragon scales instead of like the 6 that I had a video of probably a year ago. Anyway, I always kind of thought this probably would be like a more efficient method, but I figured like at that time I would just do the full 6 because there is 6 scales there. Anyway, I think I'm going to be doing this method now when I'm crafting my wraths, just picking up the 2 because the both of these 2 are like more on the way to the altar rather than like kind of going out of your way slightly to pick up the other 4. Anyway, I think over time it's actually slightly more macro efficient to do this method, so I'll be doing this. And yeah, so anyway, but I kind of want to talk. I was going to make a ramble yesterday, but I didn't really have time. I had a longtime friend come over. He flew over from Texas to Alabama, and we've just been hanging out yesterday, and we'll probably hang out a little bit today as well. It's like 3 in the morning, but I kind of wanted to talk about what the plan is with Phosani's Nightmare. So according to the Q&A, it looks like Phosani's Nightmare is going to be coming out on June 30th. That's what it looks like mostly because I think the roadmap kind of showed that it would be like late June. And so if Archaea Spellbook's coming out June 16th, I can only imagine 2 weeks from then at the earliest is when Phosani's would come out, which would mean June 30th. Anyway, I was in Lake Stream, and I don't know what really made me think of it, but I just had this little feeling. I was like, you know what would be really cool is to actually go for rank 1 Phosani's Nightmare, like to just really sweat it out. And the way I can do that, the way I would enjoy that at least, is to be like fully prepped beforehand, which means have my harmonized staff like fully charged with what my goal is at least having 60,000 Wrath runes and then 60,000 charges on my Tome of Fire, which needs I need to do a lot more Winter Todd. But that's kind of the idea, is to just get fully prepped, buy a shit ton of air runes for it. Of course, upkeep with blood runes. My well's pretty full right now. I think I have like 3 full scythe charges. I think I got like almost 200,000 blood runes in there, but yeah, I just want to be like fully prepped for when Phosani's comes out, so I don't have to deal with bullshit like, oh, I gotta like every now and again I gotta do more Winter Todd, gotta do this. Instead, just be like fully ready to go and just try to get rank 1. And the reason I would go for rank 1 again, like I will get, if I get a mace, which I'm just going to say right now, I'm not planning on getting a mace early, but if I do get a mace, then that'll just end Phosani's at that point, like right when I get it. And then we'll move on with what I've been wanting to do for the past year. But if I don't get a mace, which is what the plan is, if I don't get a mace quickly, I want to have a separate kind of goal where I go for rank 1, because what I've seen in the past is when you're only focused on getting one item, shit sucks. Instead, make it more enjoyable for yourself by I don't know, kind of like using a different metric, I could say, like going for just a goal that you can actually achieve. So rank 1 is something that you can achieve. It's more in your, I can't say it's fully in your control because it revolves around other people not sweating it more than you, but oops. But it's something still in your control relatively, where you can actually put in more hours and more hours, and the hours are the things that are determining whether you get rank 1 or not just RNG. So I was kind of thinking about it. I was saying I was in Lake Stream and we were talking about Phosani's a little bit, and I thought that would be really cool actually to kind of have that on my mind more than just let's get a mace completely out of my control. So yeah, that's kind of the plan right now. I know it's kind of a big ramble right there, but that's sort of the plan. Just get really well prepped for Phosani's. Go hard on it. I am optimistic that it'll be a lot more fun than current Nightmare solos. So I'm really excited, and I feel like I have a big advantage over a lot of Ironmen. And when I say rank 1, I kind of mean rank 1 for irons, and the reason is because it's a more level playing field, whereas mains could literally just camp a world and have their ult feed them, and they don't need to like get any supplies really. I would still need to like go bank and stuff, which takes up time, although there will be a new teleport coming out that'll make that quicker. But when I say rank 1, I really mean for irons, but who knows, maybe I'll get it for mains as well, but I doubt it. Anyway, so sort of the plan I'm looking at, go for rank 1 and just really have a lot of fun in July, just sweating it out. I want to like pull long hours, but it revolves a lot of prepping, because what I want to do is use a harmonized orb the entire time, really enjoy myself, because when you use a harmonized orb compared to a trident, it's like a world of difference. It's like depressing using a trident after you use a harm. So anyway, kind of moving on. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan with Phosani's Nightmare. I was assuming it was coming out like mid-July, but that kind of changed. It still could be delayed, but I'm assuming June 30th now. Anyway, Archaea Spellbook is coming out in 4 days. I am beyond excited. Literally, I'm so excited. Oh, here's the other thing is Archaea Spellbook. So if I'm using a harmonized orb at Nightmare, I actually won't get to use the Archaea Spellbook at Nightmare, but I think that's fine, because I know the thralls are really nice. Like the thralls are like this passive DPS, because you can't use Venge against Nightmare and stuff. So thralls are like a really good way to get that passive DPS. But that spec spell where like you can kill a parasite. What you could on the beta worlds is you could kill a parasite with that spell, and then as soon as you kill it, you would regain like 15% spec or whatever it is for that spell. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that spell only works on Slayer tasks, and it was just a bug on the tournament worlds. So somebody in the comments can correct me on that if I'm wrong. But the Archaea Spellbook's not going to be terribly OP there, but it will be decent, just having a thrall on you at all times. So if I do run out of like harmonized stuff, burnt pages, wrath runes, and I'm still killing Nightmare and I don't have a mace, which is very likely, then I'll probably switch to the Archaea Spellbook. And who knows, if it turns out using thralls are like a little bit better, just a little bit more convenient, maybe I'll do that. But here's the thing about thralls is the thralls that you summon cannot affect the pillars at Nightmare. And I tested that, because the pillars are technically dummies. Like they're not actually monsters, they're just objects. So when you're attacking a pillar, your thrall doesn't understand that it should be attacking that with you, because it's not really coded as a monster. So if thralls also attack those pillars, and you could summon like a mage thrall, and it was dealing, instead of like a 1 through 3, or I guess it's a 0 through 3 it hits, I believe, it would be doing a 0 through 6 because of like the double damage, then thralls would definitely be worth it, and a harmonized staff would become like completely dead. But because it's only during the melee phase, I think using a harm is going to be slightly better. And I'll be using a scythe the entire time at Phosani's as well, because I want to just get fast kills. I want to really enjoy my time just zooming. Mod Arcane said that I'm going to grab oh, there's my water. My mouth is getting pasty. Mod Arcane had said the 20% that they estimated, whatever it said on the blog, 20% faster uniques, basically. You would get uniques 20% faster. That is the average, apparently. So that is kind of like for people, I'm assuming maybe starting out with Nightmare, doing Bandos, Bludgeon, and stuff. It's going to be 20% faster for them. But apparently, kills are going to be like 8 minutes long and potentially shorter if you have really good gear and you know what you're doing and you don't mess up. I'm thinking more like maybe 6.5 to 7 minute kills, which is insane because that is such a different feel for what like current solo nightmares feel like. Like, just to put that in perspective for people that don't know, my fastest ever nightmare solo was 1410, and that is crazy fast, super good RNG, harmonized orbs, scythe the entire time, claws. Like 1410 is the fastest I could ever go, and that's including like a 4 minute banking time and running back. So it's basically like 18 minutes. But with the new teleport and the new kill speeds may, I'm just going to be guessing, is you're probably going to be able to get kills in like 6.5 minutes. And then the teleport time will probably only take a minute and a half, banking and then teleporting back and running back to your kill. So this is a humongous time save. But what's weird is that if there's faster kills, that means the drop rate's actually going to be more rare, just kill wise. Because right now it's 1 in 100 for a unique. If they're going to really be making kills over twice as fast, but still trying to maintain the 20% increase only, like, I'm pretty sure drops are going to be over 1 in 150. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're going to be really close to 1 in 200 if they're being truthful about the only buffing it by 20%. So yeah, it's going to be still a very demoralizing grind when you go, 3 times the rate of, let's just say the drop rate becomes a 1 in 200, but it's over twice as fast to kill it, so it ends up being 20%. And then you go 3 times the rate on an item, so you literally have to kill Phosani 600 times to get something. Like, this still, in my mind, still is not going to be a very fun grind, but it is going to shake things up and make it a little bit better. But yeah, I kind of cut myself off there, but I was saying, Arcane said that with max gear and stuff, you're going to be killing it. You're going to be getting items even faster than 20%, because 20% is very, I don't know, it's just really hard to say a perfect number when there's so many players that are like killing Nightmare, and there's so many different variations of like gear setups, I should say. And so honestly, what I'm starting to think is a mace might be more like 30 or 35% faster. This is just my estimate. I'm gonna be pretty interested when it comes out and reflect on this Ramble and see how it really is. The other thing is you take less damage. Initially what I had seen was that you actually take 0 damage at Nightmare, but somebody had corrected me and said that no, they changed that, and you're going to be taking very minimal damage when you pray correctly, but you're going to be heavily punished when you mess up. I think that's great, and it's going to lessen the need for Blood Furies, which I hate that's kind of the meta for Nightmare. It's not really the meta, I should say, but it makes the kill just so much easier when you're just using a Blood Fury. Oh, let me just use Blood Fury. I'm always at full health. Like, I hate how that's kind of a meta to go camp Blood Shards and make shit so much easier. And this content, I think, is going to be kind of nice because you're going to be taking very minimal damage unless you mess up. And then you messing up, trying to heal back with a Blood Fury is just kind of like stressful because Blood Fury is very inconsistent and doesn't heal you that quickly. So, and if you mess up twice, who knows? Maybe there'll be a lot of one-shot mechanics, but I'm pretty sure like if you messed up like twice in a row, you're going to die anyway, and that Blood Fury is not going to have done anything. So overall, I'm just super excited for it to come out. Very excited to go hunt the mace again. But we got a lot of prep work to do. I'm happy with the Wrath Rune stack currently, but gonna be doing a lot more prep on stream as well. So if you guys want to follow my Twitch, I'll be doing a lot of prep. Be doing a lot of Winter Todd in the coming days. Doing some like efficient point solos. If you guys haven't seen that, I have a video. Maybe I'll post it in the description. But there's a way to get. It's worse fire making XP, but it's way better points per hour. So it's like the most efficient way to get the pet, to get pyro, to get burnt pages, and it's using like the healing technique where you just heal the pyromancer over and over and over and over and over, because if you just use a dose of that rejuvenation pot, just one dose, if you like actually manually use the potion on it, then it only heals the pyromancer of 5 instead of like healing it to full. So you can like basically spam use that on him, and every time you use it you get 30 points. So it's pretty OP. So every one of those rejuvenation pots is like 120 points, and you can, if you get really good RNG where the pyromancer just keeps getting like dicked on by Winter Todd, you can just keep getting a shit ton of points. So pretty fun method. I mean, it's more engaging than just typical Winter Todd in those mass worlds. So yeah, I'll be doing that so for the next few days. Also, Creel has invited me. Creel's a maxed Iron Man, for those that don't know. Collection log Andy, but he's invited me to kind of help teach me hard mode TOB. I don't know how much I'll do, but I am interested, I should say, in learning it, just so I don't feel like a leech months down the road when I maybe decide to do it. So I want to do at least a little bit. It would be really nice to get a Sanguinesti, but again, nothing at TOB right now is essential. The cosmetics look really cool, some of them. And the dust would be really awesome because I have a little Zik pet. So also in the coming days I might be doing some hard mode TOB on stream, but I want to kind of learn it off stream. Anyway, that's kind of what's going through my head right now. Just enjoying the kind of relaxed skilling. I love crafting Wrath runes. I actually really enjoy this. It's soothing. What I don't enjoy is Winter Todd, so I really should probably, like, it would be in my best interest to do Winter Todd first, get 60,000 charges, and then do the Wrath rune, so it feels more like every single time I craft a Wrath, it's like that's a full charge. But yeah, I'll be doing the Winter Todd later when I don't know. I just hate Winter Todd. I hate it. Hate it. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, Mod Husky had posted. I'll just show this, I guess. Mod Husky had been talking about the bow of Ferdinand. I don't know. Ferdinand, I'm assuming. Ferdinand. Talking about, you know, whether people want it to be corruptible or not, and like the armor being corruptible or the bow being corruptible. And what I had said is, and you guys can voice your opinion in the comments, tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if you agree, tell me if you just hate all my takes. Let's hear it. But there's just been a lot of things like this bow that's coming out is pretty OP, not gonna lie. And they want to make it like, of course the community's gonna be like, make it corruptible. Why not have a free bow that shoots unlimited ammo and all this shit, and you just pay a one-time fee? I had just said I personally feel that the bow should be corruptible using 1k shards, so it still can be a corruptible version, but it should always have to utilize real arrows. And so basically the uncorrupted version, which nobody would really use anyway, would consume shards and arrows, and then as soon as you corrupt it, it would just shoot arrows at that point. And then I said dragon arrows could reflect its current proposed range strength, and all lower tiers would reflect respectively. And then I said there are players with literally hundreds of thousands of arrows sitting in their bank, and so many pieces of content pumping out more arrows with no real viable weapon to consume them quickly enough. And this bow would help out with that. So you guys can let me know what you think. This, I hear the argument, it's an upgraded crystal bow, so why would it shoot arrows? Well, it's not a crystal bow. That's where I come from. It's not a crystal bow. It doesn't have to act exactly like a crystal bow. In fact, it already doesn't act like a crystal bow, because crystal bow can't be corrupted. So a crystal bow is a constant. You're always having to recharge it with crystal shards. And if they make this bow corruptible, it's going to be beyond busted. Just a free, I don't know. Anyway, you guys can let me know what you think. I know it might not feel the same when you're like, oh, why is this crystal thing shooting arrows? But I think it actually really could work. It could make sense. And honestly, I think it's just good for the game. It gets arrows out of the game. This bow shoots at 3 ticks. It would be a lot more arrows coming out of the game rather than, you know, a 5-tick T-bow, like where nobody even has a T-bow. Like, or I can't say nobody, but a lot fewer players have a T-bow than this bow that's coming out. Anyway, so let me know what you think. I really honestly, from a balancing perspective, feel like this really good bow should shoot arrows, and you should have to use your arrows to fire it. Anyway, kind of a little rant, but you guys can let me know. Whatever comes out, and if it's corruptible and you get free arrows all the time, I mean, it's like, okay, it's just super busted bow. Okay, I guess I'll use it. And you know, selfishly, it's like, okay, cool. Like, this bow's fucking OP. It's, but from a balancing perspective, I really do honestly feel like it should use arrows. So you guys can let me know. Anyway, it's pretty much it. We may, I don't want to hype you guys up yet, but we may have a cool guest on the Sebe cast next time, kind of a well-known guest, but I have not heard back yet, but I just asked him. It's a him. But yeah, I think they're, where am I going right now? I think there might be a cool guest on. I think you guys would really like to hear from him, so we'll see. I hope that he responds with good news that he wants to be on it, but we'll see. But get excited either way. And yeah, guys, take it easy. Hope you guys are doing well. Post in the comments what you guys are up to. What do you guys feel about the things I talked about? And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.